destructive manner, so they approach life very destructively. I'm okay with that, you know, but I'm okay with it as far as I go to school and I eventually get home either exhausted or with a headache, you know, because there's so much, you know, swearing and fighting, and in a sense I'm fine with that. It doesn't bother me, the seer, but you know.
Yes.
Mm.
Yes. What is important is that you are not with them because you need approval or inclusion by them or from them, that you simply love them. But their behavior, they are moving in their own behavior.
Yes.
And you don't try to imitate that behavior if it's not in your heart. That's not you. Yeah. But you know, that is the important thing. And you know, give some more energy to the things that we are discussing now, and it will also play a functioning role in your life also. It will guide you and protect you from trouble, but guide you more deeply into this. This is the important thing. You know, for someone your age looking at these things, you may not become popular at school.
I don't really care, so yeah.
Very good, very good. Then you are, you know, I'm very happy for you. You are very strong at 16, very strong, beautiful.
Thank you.
And broad. I mean, if you are, because sometimes, you know, it's like we run away and say, okay, I'm not going to keep company with these people and so on. But you're able to do that because, you know, it's just not you. That behavior is not you. So this is, you don't have to even try and overcome it.
But I also know that at a point in my evolution, I sort of, you know, resonated and modeled myself with that behavior. And so from that I know that they can too rise, you know, and see the brighter part of the world and stuff.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Don't try too hard. But, you know, I mean, you know, don't try and save anybody. You can, you can be open. I say this with seriousness because I know a lot of people who are, you know, using up their last bit of energy to try and change someone, change somebody or friends, who actually, the more they try, the more the friends, leave me alone. And I'm on the friend's side actually. Like, you know, back off, leave me alone. You know, because it's coming from not the best place. Let them live their life or something. If they come to you, that's a different thing. They speak a bit more from yourself and give them space to don't just speak as a person. Know that if they're coming this way, then somehow a higher something is bringing them to that. But don't take it on. Yeah. By itself, you may start to meet people with whom you can share these things much more beautifully, much more enjoyably, you know? But also you have time for your friends, you're a young person, you enjoy what you can enjoy, leave what you don't enjoy. Yeah. Very good.
Thank you again.
Thank you. Very good. Excellent. I had some letters here that were sent from people in Romania. I have two. One of them is very, very long, I can show, and very long, and another one very short. So I don't know if at some point you want me to go through these or not. If there are people coming up from your side live, I'll give them priority on this. Hello.
My English is no so good, but I tried.
Yeah.
A couple of months ago, I say my wife, you know, I'm in love. Oh, it's great. And who is she? And my wife...
Wait, 1 second. You said to your wife you're lost? What did you say to your wife?
I say my wife, I'm in love. And
oh, you're in love?
I'm in love. And she said, oh, that is great. And who is she? And my wife expect say her names.
Yeah.
And I say, it's not she, it's he. Who is the guy? The name guy is Paul Anthony. It's a Jamaican guy. Yesterday, in this week, when I must come to Bucharest, I say my wife, the Paul Anthony is Mooji, because she know who is Mooji, but know who is Paul Anthony. And now I'm here to say I love you, Mooji.
Oh, I love you too. Very good. Is she here also? Is your wife here also?
No, it's not here.
Oh, she's not there.
Maybe next time.
Yes.
And today for me it's enough.
You're welcome.
I have 1,000 questions, but now it's
good. It's good for now. It's good that we can sit also in real time and have this exchange these few words together. This is also good, because you know, as the satsangs, I say this for everybody. It is not really just about words. The words have a big part to play because we use our minds so much, and so words they are the characteristics of mind mostly, and we have to use words. But there are other forces that operate in satsang when you're on a search for what is true. They're coming into, they're playing a part also in our search. So just remember that. Yeah. It's very good.
You know, Mooji, I was in a satsang, another master, a great master in this world.
Yes.
And after satsang, I lost my identity.
Yes.
I don't know who I am. The wife, it's the same. But I was very, how she not say I'm not the same people who was before this meeting. This after this meeting, for me, everything is changed.
Yes.
I know if I find you, it's enough today.
Very good. Okay.
Thank you very much, Mooji.
Thank you, very good.
Hi, Mooji.
Namaste.
I want to start with a small introduction, if I may. 2-3 minutes.
Yes. You're speaking on his behalf, yes.
Yeah, I am the interpreter. I heard this expression that like the mind creates the abyss, but a brave heart will cross it.
Yes.
So it seems that our main problem here is the mind. And if you can tell me what would be the easiest way to have this mind come down into the heart and sit in the heart?
Yes. I can show you a simple thing, because you can start.
Yes.
You can start with just a feeling, your natural feeling of being, the natural feeling of being. When you say I, actually, it really refers to consciousness, your natural self. It's not the person. The person came after, but I really refers to consciousness, you see, or awareness. It refers to this. Then somehow, when consciousness functions inside the body, identification arises with the body, and then the consciousness starts to believe, I am the body. Yes. And this belief, I am the body, contracts consciousness into a very limited identity, you see. And this identity we're calling the person. And it is the person idea of consciousness that then is experiencing life as a personal entity, as a personal being.
Yes.
And with likes, dislikes, desires, attachments, fears, seeking, all of these things came from more the person. You know, it is like a mistake, but it's like an intended mistake. It's a mistake in the sense that we are more than the person. We are the consciousness itself. And even beyond the consciousness, which we know as the feeling of presence inside the body, there's even a greater space of consciousness, which is beyond any definition at all. But let's start at this place, because you say the mind create the abyss. Yes. And you say the heart crosses it. I say the mind creates the sense of abyss.
Yes.
And the true heart knows there's nothing to cross. Okay? But really knows that, because when the mind creates something, normally we really feel it and you really believe this and you think, oh no, now I must do something. But I say the real heart, the true, or the true mind, the true self, knows that that also is a phenomenon. Meaning that it has no lasting reality. It only is an appearance, you see. But you have to be very sober. You understand the term?
Yes.
You have to be very sober to see that that is only an idea. Because most of us, we are drunk on ignorance and identity. Identity is also a kind of narcotics, actually, for the being. So we are a bit stoned. And then we believe all these things. But in the true, you begin to see, but that's also an idea. And one comes to recognize that without embracing any of those ideas, even the idea of I, even, simply you are. But that can take many, many, many lifetimes even. They say we are on the road many lifetimes even. To come to now, we are coming to that seeing where it is possible to really recognize and to wake up from this dream identity. And I say it is possible now. I say like this. Now you ask this question, how is it possible for the mind to enter the heart? No? Is your question?
Yes, yes.
Okay. First I say this thing, you are aware of the feeling I, or the I am, the I feeling, no?
Yes.
and I say it is not a person, it is not a person, we are speaking as though it is a person. When you say I am Mooji, you're John, you're Susan, something like this, okay? But the I is not Mooji or John or Susan or anything. It is just I presence. It's just a feeling of being. So, in answer to your question, I would say, stay. I'm going to give a little exercise on this, which anybody can practice it. Stay as the feeling of being. Just be aware only of being, okay? And don't mix this beingness with ideas or emotions or anything else that come to you. It is possible to do this, and it's a very healthy thing to do. You see? So just the feeling of being. When you say, even you close your eyes, what we do when we close our eyes is like you're closing the curtains, the windows to the outer world. We do like this. Then you're aware more of your feelings and thoughts, sensations, emotions, and so on. They are also what you can see and feel. They are not you exactly, but they are part of the space in which you perceive. They're part of this bodily existence also. But here you are not going to do any work on your emotions. You're not going to do any work on trying to solve any problems. Not doing any work at all. You're aware of these functions, but I don't want you to combine your innocent sense of being, the feeling I am, this very presence itself. Don't link with any other sensation. Just let the sense of presence itself just be. It's a very simple thing to ask, but it can seem a very difficult thing to keep the feeling I am by itself. Because many thoughts want to come and play with the I am. You see? So in the beginning you may feel, whoa, this is impossible. You know, my mind is so noisy, you see? But don't give up. Just each time you try and isolate the I amness, the feeling of being, from the other noise that's going. Let the noise happen, but you stay just by yourself. In the same way, like if you went to a busy restaurant or a busy place, and there are many people are having conversations together, okay?
Yes.
But you just want to be by yourself. Or if you are with a friend that you want to speak privately, it's very important, then you can just listen only to your friend and leave the other noises out. You see? Or if we are listening to a big orchestra playing, and I say to you, focus on the violins. You can focus on the violins even with all the other things going on. You see? Now in the same way, focus only on the sense I am. Feeling of being. Just that. Other things may be happening, but not your business. You don't touch them. So you're only isolating your feeling of being and not about becoming. Just be. So thoughts are going to come and say, okay, you've done it. Very good. You're or something. Or they may come and go, oh, you're not going to do it. No, you're not good enough or something. You're not ready. Or many kind of things will come, but you're not to purchase any of these suggestions. Stay only by the feeling of being. In the beginning, I may say to you, try it for about 7 minutes at a time. Because your mind may feel very full. And some people say, no, I cannot do it. I just can't. It's too noisy. I say, no, don't give up. Do this like your life depended on it. In fact, it does. You see? You stay like this, then the thoughts come, you stay as much as you can. Then after, maybe you might feel very tired for a bit, because you use a lot of energy to do that. But as you sit more and more, what you're doing is, your mind has conquered your kingdom, and you're taking it back, in a sense, you see. All you have to do is take this feeling of being, and keep out. Intruders want to come in, they want to come. But All you don't fight them. You don't need to fight them. Only stay as the feeling of being. Now, earlier I gave the example to somebody that imagine that 1,000 people want to hug you, but you don't hug anybody. You see?
Yes.
You are going to be like this. Thoughts are going to come to take you into different directions, but you stay only by yourself. Even if the thoughts were to pick up your body and take it to Japan, it doesn't matter. You're staying only by yourself. You don't touch anybody. You see?
Yes,
and
yes.
keep this for a while. Now, this advice may seem a bit oversimplified, even a bit naive or something, but this is what the sages did. Stay only with the feeling I am, and gradually what happens is it becomes easier and easier to ignore the mind charge. And gradually the feeling of being, it begins to expand into a beautiful awareness, a beautiful vibration, and this vibration, as you continue to stay, after a while maybe you want to do 10 minutes or half an hour or an hour, because it's so beautiful to be in your natural state. After a while it won't take so much energy to do this. And if you do it for 15 minutes, the energy field that arises inside may carry you for 4 or 5 hours. You're in this beautiful state of being. Just stay with it. Stay with it, and I will tell you, you don't have to pick up any books.
Yes.
Okay?
I
Not
understand.
any books or any other practice. Just you stay with the feeling of being. Just stay with the feeling of being. And go about, then after you go do your work, do what you have to do. But get used to it. Sometimes I say to people, do it in the morning when you get up. Before you have breakfast. For 10 minutes. And in the evening, before you go to bed, but not you're tired. Just be very clear. This is it. 20 minutes each day if you want. Then if you want more, you can do more,
Yes.
but not as you do like this. And that's going to be the answer I give you now for the question you asked me. What is the easiest way of bringing the mind into the art's energy? This is the most natural way. In the beginning, the mind energy, the thought energy will feel very rebellious, very distracting. But gradually it settles down and more just the heart energy remain. You see?
Yes.
Now, cultures that's killing the mind. Some people don't like the word killing the mind. Then they say, okay, it is merging the mind into the heart, as you ask. If you are willing to try this, you try this. I'll be very happy to tune in with you again to find out how you get on with this. But stay with it. First you can do, stay with it for 2 weeks, you do this. Then speak with Gita Sri and tell her, listen, I need to speak with Mooji about something. Try this every day.
Thank you very much.
Very good. Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you. Okay, some.
Hello, Mooji.
Oh, very good.
Very nice to be here. I see you live.
Thank you, thank you. Very good.
There are no questions that are coming up, but only a statement. It's like I find it easier not to know anything what's about to happen.
Yes.
I find it's more harder to trying to know, because you actually cannot know what is going to happen, really, for
Yeah.
real, in reality.
Yes.
So this is my statement, and I'm feeling very at ease with this not knowing. And my life changed completely since this feeling came. And this feeling, and this is not a feeling, it's just a state, just a deep state. And
Yes.
since I've found you on the YouTube, it's been like fire inside my heart.
Yeah.
To go deep and find out who I am.
Yes. Yes.
And it's like it's not like I'm not interested in the world. I recognize the world, but from a different perspective than before. When I try to know things, to anticipate and, you know. So this is my statement.
I am very happy to hear that, and I think everyone in the room should really hear this inside the heart, actually, because, in fact, there's nothing to know, actually.
Yes, it's more, it's like, it's easier.
Yes. It is, you know, it seems contradictory to how our conditioning is. That you have to learn, you have to know as much as you can, you must find out and so on. But, you know, when we say that even the sages, they didn't know anything, they were not interested to know anything, and they understood that somehow, you know, it is just a waste of energy. If there is something to know, the knowledge arises from within you.
Yes.
And then it satisfies what it needs to do.
Yes.
When it's finished doing its job, it goes back into silence.
Yes.
You see?
Yes.
And it's such a, in the mind, imagine that somehow you don't know anything, you're foolish. Better you be seen by them to be foolish and you enjoy your beautiful peace with what you have discovered.
You know, I don't even care because it's, I don't know.
Yeah.
No, it's not
so,
like I don't care, it's like, it's peaceful like this.
Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes. We said like that.
Yes.
It's not that you don't care, but you don't mind.
Yes, it's more like I don't mind. Yes.
Yeah, yes. You know, it's not you don't care. No, no, no. It's not. Just you don't mind. Whatever come like that.
Yes.
And it's a beautiful freedom. And actually, with this freedom, we can do what we have to do in life. We do. You know, it's even more beautiful.
Yes.
Because it's filling your mind with all this rubbish. There's something to know. People feel that if you don't study, if you don't give a lot of energy to this, then somehow you will be left behind or whatever these ideas are or whatever. But I really would love to hear when people confirm this simple way, which is so liberating.
Yes, it is a freedom.
And so broader and fuller in its own way.
Yes.
So,
this is my statement to you. Thank you very much.
Thanks to you. Thanks to you. I have these. I have some letter that somebody has here, and they wrote from Romania actually. One is very short thing. It says, "Dear Mooji, how can I be the emptiness if the emptiness itself is perceived?" This is from Gabrielle. How can I be the emptiness if the emptiness itself is perceived? Can I just address this question?
Yes, please.
Okay. If one can perceive emptiness, then because I've said, but you are perceiving this, so you cannot be that. So then I say, now they said, okay, if I can, how can I be the emptiness if emptiness is also being perceived? And I said, yes, yes, yes. The emptiness which is phenomenal is perceived. But there's a non-phenomenal emptiness, I would say like this. Can I say, do you understand what I mean when I say this?
Yes. Yes.
It's like it is self-perceiving, we can say. Like awareness perceives awareness. It's not another awareness. This is what is meant by this. He said, because if awareness is perceived, then what perceive it? Well, must be awareness perceive it. If emptiness itself is perceived, how can I be that emptiness? Well, you cannot be the emptiness which is the phenomenon called emptiness, the words emptiness, the idea of emptiness. No. You can say that is perceived. But the emptiness which is non-phenomenal, in a sense, is like, it's not an object. It is the subject itself, you can say. And these are very, very subtle concepts we're using. So perhaps you need to contemplate a bit so that you can verify at a deeper level what is being said now, you see. Otherwise, it just goes on to be a kind of cleverness. And I don't want anyone who is sincerely searching for truth to get blocked by just cleverness. The emptiness is a field. You see, actually, there's just, I'm using the word emptiness, but it doesn't know itself as the concept emptiness. So emptiness beyond the concept of emptiness. You see? Do you follow?
Yes.
Okay, two voices I hear. Okay, the next one is a little bit longer, so I'll see how far I can get with it. My name is Doru, and I am from Timisoara. Okay. Dora is there or not?
No.
No.
No, okay. She said, I've started to listen to you now 6 months ago on YouTube, and since then I do it every day. I am not sure why, because I feel that something is missing, or because I'm fascinated about what you say. What is curious is that despite what you have said, up to a certain point, my mind cooperates with me and understands what you mean. My mind cooperates with me. This I have a little difficulty, because I want to share with you something, but maybe I'll leave it for a few minutes and I'll tell you what it is. Okay, my mind cooperates with me and understand what you mean. Next sentence. A harder moment is when I try to apply your advice and to transcend it. It's like a stop sign there which does not allow me to go beyond. I think that is to be afraid of the unknown. Okay. So she says, a more difficult moment is when I try to apply your advice and to transcend it. I don't know what it means there. It's like a stop sign there. But if it's a stop sign, something says, okay, I want to go beyond the stop sign. But listen carefully what I'm saying. You who witness, you who are watching the stop sign, is more important than what is behind the stop sign. This is a mistake everybody's making. You think you're going to, the stop sign is a phenomenon. And what is behind the stop sign is a phenomenon. Okay? But you who is watching both is not phenomenal. So the importance is on yourself. Here is a question of distraction and misunderstanding. Because we in the mind think we are searching for something, that when you find this something, then everything is going to be okay. But the thing you must find is who you are. Not the thing that you will find as an object. Have I lost you?
No.
Can I carry on then?
Yes.
Okay. On the other hand, I feel that I'm already in that place of peace and silence, and not sure that the mind was already transcended. There is a clue that I am already in the right place, or I just should know this. This is... The mind is still here. You see? There's a doubt whether I am there, or if it's On the other hand, I feel that I'm already in that place of peace and silence and not sure that the mind was already transcended. What is strange is that I want to ask some questions, but inside me there are no questions. I feel that my mind still needs some arguments in order to be convinced to be transcended. That's why I have to put to you some questions. And in bracket it put, I want to give these drugs some answer to my mind, so it can fall in sleep and to shift it when it is not, I don't know. The mind is still wanting to get into some debate, some arguments, in order to be convinced that it has transcended. So this is all the mind, this is all mind stuff. And I want to read this to you, because you may experience some of this type of thing. It seems as though the mind is searching for the truth. You see, searching for the truth. But it's just a scam. It's not searching for anything. It wants to delay you and to distract you from finding the truth. But it seems as though it's helping to look more deeply. You see, this is the scam. I want you to be aware of that, because sometimes people are deeply in, and they're going deeper and deeper, but it's more deeper and deeper in mind than in the truth. The truth doesn't have to go so deep. Okay, so it says, then there is 3 points the person wants to ask. 1, if the consciousness remains after the body falls away, why it can't interact with the consciousness of other people whose body is still alive? We want to know. Or simpler, how is the interaction from consciousness to consciousness when the tool, that's the words, the body language, etc., are missing? You don't need to know all this stuff. Right. You cannot with it, except think that you know something else. So this is what makes people feel that it's so difficult to find the self, because you have 1,000 questions. You don't need, nobody needs 1,000 questions. 50, 25, 5. Okay. I'm not going to answer that. I already answered it, because I tell you, you don't need to know this thing. I told you what you need already. Now, number 2, could it be possible that if we are aware of our consciousness to be in fact an illusion created by the mind, that we are aware by our, again, you don't need to know this. You don't need to know this, okay? The mind is itching, you know, like, you know, yes. This athlete's foot mind, I call it like this. Okay, number 3. The vital force from our body is created by itself from food. I don't know whether I heard this. Or just the universal energy which is manifesting through. I don't want to talk about these things. You see, this is reading too much books. You simply want to find the truth. You don't have to go through all these things. To save yourself a lot of time, a lot of energy, focus on what you need to know, which is who you are. This is not going to show you who you are. Okay? And then it says, finally, I want to thank you a lot for the answers. And I hope that sometime I can meet you live. With love, Daru Varga. So I'm very happy that fall into these questions and then leave you, because that's what it would do. These kind of questions, people ask these questions, but they're just coming from the mind, and the mind is actually in a state of avoidance. My master said this thing. He said you could be searching for the truth for lifetimes, but if avoidance is at the root of it, you will never discover the truth. And this type of question, these questions are troubling someone. They're not helping you, because if you put 100 of these questions and I gave you 100 of the best answers, it's still no use to you. I'd rather say, I just spoke just now and show you a way which is to hold on to just the sense of being, keep quiet. This is going to give you more than this. In fact, this is going to remove this. See? And bring in that beautiful state of being, which is your natural state. And you see that there's nothing really to know. All these things is just thing. You're not going to be happy knowing all of this stuff. It sounds very spiritual. There are people who will try and give you answers, but I don't feel that it's going to be helpful if what you're trying to discover is who you are. This has nothing to do with nothing at all. You see? So be aware of such questions. This is why I wanted to read it to you. Not because I wanted to answer the way that the mind somehow wanted to get this type of answer. Because if I answered the question in the same feeling as the question is put, I'm in some way cooperating with this type of mentality, which I know only makes you more confused. Therefore, I don't want to answer these type of questions anymore. I think they're a waste of time. I'd rather spend the time with people who really want to find something. I'm hungry, I want to eat. Okay? Bring you something to eat, and you eat, satisfy your hunger. That's it.
Hi,
okay. Oh, okay. So, I will speak with you, and after...
You can continue, and then I can...
No,
after... Okay. Well, I don't really have a question. It's more of an observation. That I've got to the point where I feel unconditional love for everybody around me, and it's amazing. I feel free and so light, and it's just the greatest feeling I've ever had.
Very great.
Yeah, and that's it. I love everybody here right now, and I don't even know anybody.
Yes.
Especially you. Thank you for everything that you do.
Yes, thank you. With this unconditional love, how have you been expressing it? How have you been expressing?
I say I love you a lot. I just say I love you, and I smile at the people on the street, and I don't know. I help people if they ask for my help.
Yes, it's very good. I say this because. Once, I remember some years ago, one person from satsang, he told me, I have this friend, and she's visiting from another country, and I want her to meet you because she's in love with the whole world. I said, she's in love with the whole world. I said, yes. He said, yeah, and I want her to come and meet you. She wants to meet you. Then I was a little bit uncomfortable because I thought, usually I get into trouble like this. So she came, this girl came, young girl, and we talked a little bit. She says, yeah, I said, feel all this love, and I want to go and just hug the whole world. I want to go around and love everybody. I said, really, how you want to do this? And she said that I wanted just to embrace everybody. I said, okay. I don't think it's going to go down very well in Brixton because I'm from a town that many people in England, they feel this town is not a good town. Actually, it's the nicest town in England, but they feel it's not a good town. We have reputation and so on. So many people come to try and save us from different places. And we try and go around and hug all the people and so on. The people are thinking, well, okay, what is this? But the feeling itself of loving everyone, this is a beautiful feeling. It's a beautiful, it is truth itself. But when I ask you how you express this, then you say, yes, I smile at people and so on. You don't expect anything back from them. Just you feel happy and you say hello to people. It's beautiful. It's a very beautiful thing. Yes. If they need help or something, you will help, but you don't go too much looking to do that, just as it's in your way.
Yeah. It's more of an openness feeling as well. The love comes with an openness, which is great.
Beautiful.
So liberating.
Beautiful. Beautiful. And even if you don't do anything at all, but just be in your joy.
Yeah.
You see, the people also sometimes, they more benefit also, because they said, I saw this girl, I don't know, she was sitting down and, yeah, I don't know, I just felt very peaceful to look at her. I don't know, did you talk to her? No, I didn't talk to her, but I just looked, and then something happened inside. It's very good. Sometimes even like this it happens. When people are really at peace, or they're really in the heart full of love, even if they don't do anything at all, even if they're only lying in a bed, people want to come and be near them, to be in the energy field of that love, and of that openness, or that silence, or the peace. They're drawn, even without, you don't speak anything at all. They'll be drawn there. Then there have been people like that who have felt tremendous love, just tremendous love, and they've been sick and they've not been able to move. And people came from all over the world just to sit in the same room, sometimes not even in the same room. Outside they want to sit because they feel the vibration. See? So it's a very nice note to complete today's meeting.
Thank you very much.
Very good. Very great. Wonderful, wonderful. I want to say that I'm very, very happy, you know, to see you all sitting like this, and I'm especially happy that you speak English. Because sometimes on the internet, you know, it's not easy to hear, and then it gets very slow and like this. So it's beautiful, and if you know, maybe one day I even come to your country, I think. Very, very happy. Very, very happy to see you all like this. Beautiful. Look at that. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful. Wonderful. So, if it pleases you, and you would like to continue to meet like this, then you may, you know, talk with Gita Sri, and then she can let me know by email or something. We can set up a meeting another time or something like that. Does that feel okay for you?
Yes.
Oh, that's good. It's good. So, wonderful. Carry on like you've been sharing with me. That's so wonderful. And we'll talk to you another time, okay?
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye bye. Very good.
Mulțumesc mult de tot că ați venit. Și noi mulțumim celor de la Umbra pentru spațiul acesta care s-a dovedit a fi foarte potrivit. Și ținem legătura în continuare pe... Nu, vreau să terminăm. Ținem legătura în continuare și se pare că se mai sunt. Și mi-a plăcut. M-a bucurat că a spus că ia în considerare să vină aici, poate discutăm ce putem să facem. Păi putem să facem o petrecere, dacă vine.
Și dacă vine.
Sigur. O să punem înregistrarea pe...
Mă l-ai cunoscut, da, exact.
Tu ai filmat acum? Ai filmat și tu?